Combat sports fans, welcome back to the Basement Breakdown. We have more Championship 1 for you this week. Unfortunately, we do not have UFC, little bit of a hiatus, but we do have 2 Championship 1 cards. We will start off with Lumpinee 142, and as always, we'll be joined by the gambling phenom Bruce, who'll be running us through the card, giving us his picks, parlays, and the insight into both cards. Without further ado, let's get into Lumpinee 142. Good luck on your bets, and let's get it.
Hello there again, lads. I'm going to be breaking down your One Friday Fights 142 card for all of you. And I'm just going to warn you ahead of this card. There's going to be a lot of 50-50s on this card in terms of who wins and a lot of random outcomes. A lot of the time, there's going to be a lot of favorites, obviously, a lot of heavy favorites on this card, and the value just doesn't match the risk that you should take. So in some sports, I'm going to be skipping the fights, or you can yourself, if you personally want to, bet the value on the underdogs. But yeah, let's get into this card. For bout 1, Julian Mayorga versus Toshihiko Konosu. My prediction is that this fight, you should skip it, like I was just saying. This fight here doesn't have much footage on Toshioki Konosu, so I can't give you an accurate prediction of like what he's capable of doing, and against Julian Mayorga, what he's capable of, like how he's going to perform. I can't give you an accurate prediction. My prediction will not be on point, but it will be as close to good as I can get for the footage that I have. Anyways, Julian Mayorga, he is 3-1 in his MMA career, but throwing his extra kickboxing loss on top of that, from his kickboxing career as well. From what I've seen from him, he shoots body lock takedowns and single leg takedowns with decent timing, but I don't know if he's the better striker between him and Toshioki. I would assume that he might be. Julian has a good jab that he can pop off to find his opening for a cross, which he used well against Ryan Rosales, but Ryan is a tin can at the end of the day. Julian has also had kickboxing bouts, but not against high-level competition, and he lost in that match that he fought. And he showcased some hunting ability in the fight, but he was getting outpieced. Julian isn't the highest output fighter, nor is he the most powerful, but I have no idea what level the Jap is on when it comes down to combat, truth be told, because he's never fought a pro fight, I believe. Well, as for the footage that I have of him, he's never fought a pro fight, and I don't know why. I don't know why we should, as a bettor, if you were to bet, I don't know why anyone would want to bet their money here on a fight that has such little to no knowledge on it. So I would skip this fight if I were you guys. This is a spot that I'm just gonna have a little bit of fun with. I'm probably gonna bet the dog just for fun because I'm a gambler. But yeah, I'm not gonna bet a lot on it. I'm just gonna have fun here. Don't bet here. And from what I've seen, Toshioki Konosu is probably he's possibly an undefeated fighter. I don't have his record, but he's undefeated as an amateur, and he's only fought once inside of the Japanese. Sorry, he only has one fight inside of the Japanese circuit, mainly in shooter boxing with headgear and limited ground and pound rules. I believe no elbows. So yeah, Toshioki's not a good wrestler, but he has some BJJ apparently, and has some judo reversals and trips that he can use. He's countered single leg takedowns, but has almost been taken down and tripped multiple times in doing so. One time he saved himself from getting taken down and tripped with an illegal fence grab. So I'd be cautious betting on Toshioki because I think he is the dog. I just wouldn't bet here. Just don't bet here, really, innit? Like, skip to the next fight. I've got a lot more written down, but the truth is, just it's very risky that either man falls on top of each other in this fight. Yeah, the person that's underneath might just be staying on the floor there the whole time because Toshioki has good control too when he's on top. But he doesn't really do much in ground and pound on top. The truth is, Julian actually has footage of him doing more, but Toshioki went from being an amateur to now being 28 years old. I can't find the footage of any footage from in between, so I don't know what version of him we're gonna see. So I would be very scared betting here. And as for the face of Toshioki, did not like the way that Julian, basically just stared him down, and it was pretty disrespectful of him. Yeah, the way he clashed his head with him in the face-offs. But yeah, I would stay away from this spot or have fun with this bet and pick the dog. But yeah, there's much better fights to bet on. Don't bet here. Out to Kasan Salamov versus Pet Lampoon. My prediction is Kasan Salamov, and Well, my risk assessment is that this is mid, but possibly safe, like probably safe. He probably wins. Kasan the Wolf Salamov, he is 19 years old, standing at a height of 5'6" with a record of 13-1. He is a fighter who we've bet on last time out, but if you watch that fight from any perspective, you know he won that fight. But it's because he was dropped one time that he lost the bout. He is rarely a dangerous Uzbekistani fighter, fighting out of team minutes 2 with axe kicks, spinning heel kicks, spinning elbows, very light footwork, and great in and out movement. Finding angles to approach from and attack. But he has been dropped in 2 out of 3 of his ONE FC bouts, which is what scares me. And yeah, like, I can't fully trust him here, only because of that, the fact that he's been dropped in quite a few bouts now, in small gloves. I actually do know that he's by far the better fighter. Like, he's extremely dangerous and should be able to drop a guy like Pet Lampoon, but he may come into this fight a little bit gun shy since he was dropped last time out, and that led to his loss. But at the end of the day, I don't care what the rig judges in ONE say. Kasan won that fight, and everybody in the crowd knows that Kasan won that fight against Lam Singh. Many fighters were posting about his loss, questioning how he can lose when Lam Singh's face was battered like a crumbfish. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense sometimes. Like, some fighters would get knocked down and then win the fight, like Kula Dam with John Lineker. It just doesn't make sense sometimes. This guy did not deserve to win the fight. Yeah, Kasan's aggression could lead him to getting a yellow card cold or a disqualification loss. I've seen him lose by disqualification before, which ended up getting overturned to a draw to save him at the time. Like, he had an unblemished record outside of ONE, and they saved him outside of ONE. Well, they didn't save him, they gave him a loss on the day, but then they overturned it. But now his record is no longer over due to the bullshit loss that he had inside of ONE against Lam Singh, so he will have to showcase why he's better here and could, yeah, like, this should be the spot to do so, really. Pet Lampoon, he's 30 years old, standing at a height of 5'5" with 92 wins, 27 losses. He is a veteran Thai fighter, whom I've bet on in the past, and I've never been wrong betting on him, apart from one time when I bet him against Kripet inside of ONE. He is a good technical fighter, but I don't believe he will ever get better than the version of him that we already see. If this is the case, then Kasan should beat him here easily, like utilizing T-kicks to the body and stepping crosses to win. Anybody with power to drop a man has a chance to win against Kasan, because Kasan, like I said, he chooses to, he gets dropped here because the truth is he chooses to put on a mad display and risk victory to get a flashy win, which causes him to get hit like against Payak Rutya, where he got dropped to his ass for being over aggressive. Falling the way he did in 2 of his ONE fights makes it hard to trust Kasan, but he's more technical than Pet Lampoon, who has good fundamentals, but his jab is lacking speed, and he may get caught up on the back foot here. I had Pet Lampoon over Kripet in my only ever betting loss on Pet Lampoon. He lost because he was dropped early, but proceeded to showcase his skills and ability in the fight later on, and he only lost due to getting dropped early, is the truth. Pet Lampoon is he's the more likely man to show signs of being gun shy, and despite having more experience, he's now on a 3-fight loss streak, going from his loss from Ayad Al-Badr to Payak Fire, who's a 17-year-old kid, and Shalam Kao, who's not bad at all. He's beaten name men like Warapon and Saman Shai, who's a good fighter, and he threw Rambong. He threw Rambong in there too. He beat Rambong too, but Rambong's not good. Even though he's not that sorry, where was I? But yeah, the first 2 names that I said are respectable wins, not Rambong. Anyways, he beat Numsurin as well, yeah. So yeah, we got to be careful for that one. Like, Numsurin fought for the title against Nadaka, so you have to respect him at the end of the day. The loss to TH Payak isn't as respectable, since Payak has beaten nobodies and has been beaten by nobodies, but there is a chance either way that he's an evolving up-and-comer, so yeah, either way, Kazan's footwork and boxing combined with his kicking game should wear down and break Pet Lampoon. So even though he lost last time out due to wandering in the game, I am still going to be taking Kazan here, and he should be a lock. I don't know about a lock, but I think he's pretty damn safe. For Bout 3, we got Yonis Anand versus Ryamu Matsumoto. My prediction here is skip or dog again. And yeah, I apologize for having so many skips, but we got to do it sometimes. This is a huge risk at the end of the day, this fight. So if you do, like, Yonis Anand's the betting favorite. If you take him, you take him at your own risk, because the truth is I don't trust Yonis Anand for the fighter that he is. despite being the Bill Anand's brother. Let's get into the reasons why now. Jonas Anand, he's 47-8 in terms of victories to losses. He is 18 years old and has had 2 fights inside of 1 so far, and we've been right about him winning those 2 fights inside of 1 so far, but I don't think he's special. I don't think that he's like his brother. He won a robbery win when I bet him on his debut. I was confident in him to win, but the judges had to gift him the victory over Liu Jinchao. And I felt quite bad for Liu. Like, he has a record of 15-7 at the end of the day. Don't get it wrong, Liu is not bad. His record of 15-7 does not mean he's bad. But Jonas should have beaten him, and he should have beaten him clear. I don't know if this will be like me predicting Waleed to beat Adam or whatnot, but the odds could flip quick like they did last time in that fight. So until then, I'm going to say that the value is on the underdog here. I don't want to take Jonas. I don't think that there's any, I don't think that for the risk that we're taking, it's not worth it taking Jonas here. Because personally, I think that he's getting pushed and promoted too quickly. He's still young, he's still green, and he could potentially end up getting fraud checked here like Haggerty's brother did. I'm only saying that because this is yet another young fighter and another young brother of a legend fighting. Like, Adam beat Waleed via head kick here. He was the brother of Alif. And somehow, if Jonas somehow finds a head kick too in this fight, I'll laugh, yeah. But truthfully, Jonas ain't that good. I was right about him being able to win his second bout because I could see that one fed him a really low-level guy named Hyun Hwang Pi after the Liu Junchao fight. And even then, Hyun Hwang Pi performed well against Jonas. I don't care about if Hyun Hwang Pi was undefeated 10-0 before the fight with Jonas. Like, I researched how good Hyun is in depth. Yeah, before the fight with Jonas, he's not that good. He has low output, and he lost the way I knew he would in the fight with Jonas. But I was surprised at Jonas. He was hunting the head kick KO, lining up the head kick all fight until it landed in round 3. But end of the day, like, he didn't get the KO. Like, he landed the head kick through the guard, but it wasn't strong enough to land the KO. Jonas beat Hyun with his clinch and distance shots until he felt comfortable to walk down Hyun with his jab cross and body cross. But I think Jonas is slowly getting better, but like, they are giving him competition that he can beat right now. Like, Hyun is not the same level as Ryamu Matsumoto. He's never fought anyone on the level of Ryamu Matsumoto. Ryamu Matsumoto is better than the man Jonas won a robbery or win over as well. And he's also, without a doubt, fought the better men in his journey as well as a young fighter, having battled Shimon Yoshinari, who's another very well-respected Japanese fighter. We've never been wrong on picking him here on the channel. He may have a loss to Shimon, but Shimon's like almost untouchable and has insane technical ability. But he beat some remarkable names like Haruyuki Tanitsu and Uri Ishii, who we spoke about last week in the breakdowns for many fighters. Here's what I'm thinking. Jonas shows signs of potentially being fraudulent and not being able to keep up with pressure fighters who apply good boxing on him, but he will try to use the ring to his advantage, but often starts off a bit slow with his footwork early. He's not able to maneuver the best around an opponent until he gets a feel for his range, so he can move. Like, he's going to move with singular hooks, jabs, and crosses, yeah? Jonas will be the sniper in this matchup, attempting to jab, cross, and head kick Ramu, but Ryamu will have the better hands. Either man can drop each other in this fight, but Ryamu is also 5'10" and has the better boxing. Plus, he has the better head movement, and he's a little bit taller than Jonas, even though both men are labeled 5'10". Ryamu also, he's pretty good at dodging the head kick too. And I'm not sure if Jonas can reach the head kick on Ryamu. It'll be hard to because Ryamu's a tall opponent. Hunting that on Ryamu might just get slipped, and Ryamu's got good boxing. So yeah, anyways, Jonas won't find it easy to lean into him and knee spam like he did against Hyun either, because they're both the same height. Ryamu Matsumoto, he's 19-5 right now. He is a fighter who competes in Muay Thai and kickboxing despite his loss inside of 1 to Wei Ziquin. He proved that he is a fighter who will keep the fight going and not give up. He was, I think, 19 when he fought Wei. He's now 21. He's a great Japanese fighter with good head movement and good technique, but this will be his second time ever in small gloves. The first time in small gloves, he lost due to getting dropped after he got hurt. Like, he slowly started getting broken down by Wei. as the fight went on, even though he dominated the first round. I think one of the only reasons he actually lost his fight was because he was chasing the killing Wei in in round one and the early part of round two, and he couldn't get it all of round one. Like he couldn't finish Wei. Yeah, he picked him apart and he pieced him up, but Wei stayed composed and Matsumoto started to slow down. Wei then started hammering away at Matsumoto's body with hooks and dropped Matsumoto with a hook to the face that bloodied his head up a little bit too. Matsumoto is better than Wei, is the truth, but at the end of the day, you can be better than someone and lose to them. So that's literally how the fight went. And that's how the fight game works. Anybody can lose when they are winning. Look at Ramu Araya last week for me. He got dropped twice, yeah? And he got back up and he KO'd his opponent because he knew and I knew, yeah, that he was the better, sharper fighter. Like, Matsumoto has nasty hook combinations and has a good jab too, but his jab isn't as accurate as Jonas. His jab and between the two fighters with the same height, that can be an issue. If Jonas keeps sticking the jab and throws other moves to mix up like kicks or etc., he can just win by outpointing Matsumoto or dropping him if he overasserts himself again, like he did against Wei. He has good jumping kicks and his tall, lengthy frame allow for him to throw straight kicks up high to the face, but he really needs to watch out for the high kick of Jonas and the right hand to the body because an overload of right hands, will slow him down, and one can find a mark that could turn the tides in battle, where I expect Matsumoto to take the start in the end of the day. Matsumoto has really good head movement. He can slip so many moves in flow state and counter with rips to the body very well, but I don't know if he has the punching power to put away Jonas. I would like for him to have the punching power to put away Jonas. Like he should be able to outstrike Jonas, is what I think. And he's definitely worth the value that he is at right now. Like Jonas is not worth 1.4. He's just not worth 1.4. He shouldn't be a bigger favorite than Kasan. It's stupid. So I'm taking Matsumoto here. But you don't have to. That's me personally going Matsumoto. You guys should skip. For bout 4, we have a Muay Thai bout between Isaac Muhammad and Uriah Ishii. My prediction here is Uriah Ishii to win. And I've got it labeled as a risk. And at first, I thought this fight was a 50-50 fight. I started to lean a little bit more towards Uriah Ishii now, though. And let me get into the reasons why. Isaac Muhammad, he has a record of 34 wins, 13 losses. He is 20 years old, standing at 5'6". He's the best of the Muhammad brothers and is the oldest of them also. But the Muhammad brothers aren't even that good. He has strong power in his hands and is aggressive, constantly looking for a finish, but his over-aggression can lead to his downfall. He has won 2 fights for us and 1 so far, but his aggression led to him getting dropped twice in his debut against Antonio Piana. Antonio is not better than Isaac. He was dropped first, then Isaac got dropped, and then Antonio got dropped again by Isaac. Then he dropped Isaac again, but ended up getting finished by Isaac on the 3rd knockdown, I believe. Isaac was really badly rocked by the 2nd knockdown when he got knocked, though. And when he got back up to make the count, he was on absolute Bambi legs. Like, he was fucking shaking. I thought the ref may call it there, but he muscled through the Bambi legs, And, he made the count and he secured the victory for us. He was an underdog against Haruyuki Tanitsu, but I bet on him anyways to beat Haruyuki at the end of the day. But I was a little bit worried early. Tanitsu was beating Isaac early due to being the better technical fighter. But I knew Haruyuki's chin would not hold up to a fighter like what the hell is his name again? Isaac, sorry. And he bleeds too easy from the nose. Like, I knew Haruyuki bleeds too easy from the nose, and that's the guy that we bet on last week, by the way. I know, and I knew that Isaac was down to swing and brawl anyways. Like, he knew that he was stronger than Tanitsu. He dropped Tanitsu and then finished him with a head kick at the end of the day. He was actually more composed, looking to find the shots he needed to win in that fight. But I couldn't believe how that was the first time I think I ever seen Isaac composed in a fight. But against Uriah Ishii, who's bigger than him and a little bit more he's a more dangerous sniper. He won't win if he stays composed, I don't think, because Uriah likes to fight people who fight at a slower pace. He likes to fight people that try to be composed against him, and he just breaks them down over time. He likes to pick people apart slowly, shot by shot, so I'll just be betting on Uriah to win here. Isaac just won for us as an underdog, and I'd be careful betting against him here. He's got powerful hands, but Uriah is the sniper in this matchup, and I like sniper fighters at the end of the day. especially when someone's just like giving you free opportunity to hit them in the face like Isaac does. Isaac brawls, yeah, and you can catch Isaac very easily. That Isaac's chin isn't the greatest either. He can be dropped. And I think he's still trying to figure out what kind of fighter he is. Like, being composed can win you any fight. But against Uri, if your pace isn't higher than Uri's, yeah, Uri could just pick you apart while you stay composed and not throw enough. So, yeah, overall, I think Uri wins here unless he gets knocked down. Like, Nayan can knock anyone down, don't get it wrong. Sorry, Isaac can knock anyone down, but I don't know if he can knock down Uri. Uri is very technical and very good at being evasive and hitting the cleaner shots on you. Let's talk about Uri Ishii. Uri Ishii is 21-8. Maybe with a tad sprinkle of robbery losses in there. He is a dangerous Japanese sniper, but I've always been worried about one thing with Uri, yeah, and that's his output. He tries too hard sometimes to perfect each strike. He always makes sure his feet are fully planted before he strikes. It makes it hard sometimes to catch onto opponents with some like some opponents, yeah, who back away and utilize kicks and with distance management, yeah, like Waleed did, yeah. He should just get close and try not to perfect each strike all the time. He's always on the search for the one strike that hurts his opponent, whether it's a crescent body kick to the intestines or the liver, a liver hook or a sniper cross. And as soon as you give him a hint that you've been hurt, he will hunt you down with precise strikes and finish you. So I do think Uri Ishii wins here, but he worried me against Waleed Snussi because he let Waleed outkick him in round one. Uri was starting to take over at the end of round one though, so I'd be careful of betting on Uri here. Uri is not easy to knock down, and certainly not as easy as Hiroyuki Tanitsu to knock down, and definitely not as easy to bleed as Hiroyuki Tanitsu. But he may get outkicked this fight or outstruck if he's not careful. He needs to utilize his sniper strikes perfectly if he's to win here. But Isaac has power, and Uri has the reach and height advantage, I'd say. Isaac has the power advantage, Uri has the reach and height, yeah. I'd expect him to utilize good body teeps, and I expect him to target the liver a lot. If he's precise enough, he can snipe and drop Isaac with a good cross to the chin. But yeah, that's literally what I'm hoping for right now. I'm hoping on Uri to be able to out precision Isaac. Like, he's more precise than Isaac, so I think that he can hit the cleaner, better shots, and possibly break him too. And Isaac got knocked down by Piana. Uri's better than Piana. Out 5, and this is a tough one. Suryanlek versus Mohamed Taufik. My prediction here is Suryanlek, and this fight is absolutely the definition of 50-50. Yeah, it's a huge risk. I am going to be going Suryanlek because, yeah, let me get into it now. Suryanlek, he is a veteran fighter, Thai fighter. He's 29 years old, 5'2", and he has a record of 84 wins, 30 losses. We have broken down Suryanlek many times here on the channel. He was an underdog last fight, but flipped to a betting favorite, so I bet both sides of the coin in parlays. But I bet more on Jingshanglek last time out because I knew their fight may be a repeat of the first time they fought, and it practically played out the way I thought it would. Jingshanglek dominated, but Suryanlek started to find his moments in round 3 when he realized he can't just sit there and take strikes. He did hurt Jingshanglek, but he couldn't finish him, and he made it a war though. After that, 3-round war between the two men, which by the way was a legendary fight. You should go watch it if you didn't see it. I said to myself they will give Suryanlek a win next time he fights. And even though I'm scared shitless for Suryanlek here against Taufik, I can't help but look at their records and opposition through their careers. Suryanlek is a veteran in the game compared to Taufik, but he's not nearly as skilled as Taufik. Thing is, yeah, despite not being as skilled as Taufik, despite not being as skilled as Taufik is not durable, and the man who has more heart here is Suryanlek all day. Like, the odds on this fight are also 50-50 for a reason. Like, it says either man can win this fight, and the truth is Suryanlek's stronger. He's often getting beaten up in his fights before winning the match via knocking down or knocking out his opponents. So we gotta be careful here when betting. Like, if you watch this fight, you're gonna be on your fucking toes if you bet on Suryanlek, because Mohamed Taufik will be winning this fight until he loses this fight. You have to understand that. The odds are 50-50, like I said, for a reason. And yeah, we bet against Surianlek with many fighters. Like, we bet against him with Decho twice, and Decho is the better fighter, is the truth. He just lost the first time and then won the second time for us. Jingsang, like, we bet Decho the second time for a reason, because we knew he'd win. We also bet Jingsanglek over Surianlek, and we won with him. We also bet Ryusei and a couple more, but yeah, in this matchup, I believe Surianlek has much more experience in a small ring. If he can close the distance, he will make this fight dirty and just out volume and punch up Tufik. He needs to make it hard for Tufik to find his distance correctly against him, or he risks getting head kicked and dropped in this fight. But I don't think that the head kicks of Tufik will be able to drop Surianlek. I don't think that he's gonna land one clean enough or one through the guard. I don't think he's gonna land one without the Surianlek's guard being there. Surianlek's not dumb. He knows that Mohamed Tufik is just gonna attack his head. He's not gonna attack Surianlek to the body much, because Surianlek's so much shorter than him. Surianlek should not get KO'd by Tufik. The only way Tufik gets the KO on him is a spinning heel kick that lands clean to the temple or some shit like that. Yeah, there is no way he KOs Surianlek unless that happens. Yeah. Anyways, let's get into Mohamed Tufik. He has a record of 16-5. He is 6 foot tall. He is 21 years old. He is a Moroccan young up-and-comer, and has made his debut surviving 3 rounds against the monster Azadullah Ibn Ghazaliev. We've broken him down on the channel many times too. Out of the 4 fights inside of one, we've been right with him 3 times. 3 out of 4 times inside of one. He beat Super Chub and he beat Pet Muang Na for us. But these opponents were not on the level of Surianlek, nor have they ever fought competition like Surianlek. Tufik lost to Wuttercry when we took him as an underdog against him. He lost due to getting dropped by a cross counter and then getting dropped again by a hook. But Wuttercry is better than Surianlek, which is what makes this fight scary. I think Wuttercry is better than Surianlek. I'm not sure. No, yeah, Wuttercry is a sharper striker than a guy like Surianlek, but Surianlek's more durable. Also, Wuttercry would have beaten Deadwanlek if he didn't fall. So at the end of the day, Wuttercry is a good fighter, but he just made a mistake. Anyways, I'm taking Surianlek here despite Tufik being the more skilled fighter. With spinning heel kicks and elbows and all that shit, but I just don't think that he can drop Surianlek with his spinning heel kicks and his elbows and all that fucking mad shit. I think that I know Surianlek is dangerous at the end of the day, and I know Tufik is a hittable fighter. He was almost dropped against Super Chub and went through some adversity in round 1 against Pet Muang Na before securing us the spinning heel kick victory KO. But Tufik just doesn't have a strong core, and Surianlek is the short fighter in comparison to him. So if he hunts the body and stays close to Tufik, and then Tufik won't be able to keep running for 3 rounds. He's gonna have to cover up from the body shots while running, and that leaves him open to Surianlek's big looping thunderous hooks. I know. Look, I already said it. I know Tufik is the more technical fighter, and I know he can outpoint Surianlek with his skills. If he spams cheat kicks to the gut, he can win it against anyone, because good team kicks can keep anyone at bay. But if he can't find a spinning heel kick or a spinning elbow that drops Surianlek over the pace of 9 minutes, I think Surianlek will drop him over the course of 9 minutes, and he will keep him backing up against the ropes, unleashing combinations. So he should be able to win. The one thing about Surianlek is recently he's been a bit gun shy. Against Jingsanglek in round 1 and 2, he just got picked apart by Jingsanglek the whole time because he couldn't get close enough, because every time he would, the kicks would get him. But Jingsanglek's a better kicker than Mohamed Tufik, and well, Surianlek needs to have a sense of urgency if he's going to win this fight, is all I'm going to say. He needs to have a sense of urgency if he's going to go out there and win, because if he doesn't have a sense of urgency, if he doesn't drop Tufik, he may end up being the fighter that loses the distance. Bout 6, we have Ellis Badr Barbosa versus Zhang Peiman. My prediction here is Zhang Peiman, and this is a risky fight, possibly a 50-50 fight, but since it's in kickboxing gloves, I favor Zhang Peiman. If it was in Muay Thai gloves, I will take Barbosa. Because it's in kickboxing gloves, I take Zhang. Ellis Badr Barbosa. He is the sharper fighter out of the 2 men, and I'd also say he hits harder out of the 2 men for sure. Oh, not for sure, but he hits harder per strike that he throws. The volume goes to Zhang. The thing that has always troubled me when betting on Barbosa is he relies on his precision and power too much in some fights, and it ends up costing him rounds like against Alif. I bet Barboza against Alif, and he did almost nothing the first round because he was trying to be the back foot counter sniper for a bit, and then he started like to try and walk down Alif. But he couldn't find him in round one. In the second round, he found a slick knockdown shot on Alif, but in the third round, he was trying to coast to a win, which worries me because like he went back to being on a back foot like he was in round one, and Alif nearly knocked him down and knocked him out. Barboza was trying to survive the distance, so Alif took round 1 and 3, but Barboza won because he had a knockdown at the end of the day. Barboza also was winning the first round against Shamil Abdukov, but got dropped by a spinning elbow and had to chase back the victory against him. It was a very tough fight. Barboza started taking over in round 2 and enter round 3. He dropped Abdukov twice. But the strikes he landed were power over precision strikes. Adukov is thin like Alif and ended up breaking down with the body shots and breaking down with the body shot. There won't be any spinning elbows allowed in kickboxing or elbows at all, so Barboza won't have to deal with those spinning moves apart from heel kicks. But Zhang doesn't throw those. Like Zhang's main style is boxing, but he can throw spinning back fists allied. So he can throw flying knees along with high kicks. And leg kicks and body kicks. So I don't know how the judges fight because they don't care about Zhang's career and record. They've continuously robbed Zhang throughout his career, but Zhang is a higher output fighter and a higher output striker than Barboza. And he has a great guard too. Like Barboza will be the fighter who's going to have limitations set upon himself. He won't be allowed to catch kicks and he won't be allowed to elbow. But since it's kickboxing, he may get the benefit of the doubt from the referee and the judges if he spams clinch strikes to buy time despite clinch strikes being illegal. I only say this because somehow the referee and judges, they always allow people to clinch up with Zhang, and they always allow especially Rui Botello. I'm not sure if you saw Rui Botello fighting, but yeah, they always allow people to clinch Zhang. Anyways, Zhang Peiman, the Fighting Rooster, he's a Chinese kickboxer who has also, like Barboza, competed with the best in the world. He has 2 robbery losses to Rui Botello. He was not dropped in the second fight, but it was ruled a knockdown instead of a slip. Either way, it's disgusting how one has disrespected Zhang and his career. They fed him a win last fight against Tong Poon, who I described to be a punching bag, and like I said, he very much was a punching bag last fight. Zhang could very easily win this upcoming fight. Kickboxing is his realm. Barboza has the power advantage, but in smaller gloves. Literally, Barboza has the power advantage, but in smaller gloves only. In bigger gloves, his strikes don't penetrate the guard as much, and he won't be given the chance to go to Zhang's body as easily as Alif or Adukov, since those men are taller and have lean frames. Zhang is more the size of Prajanchai, and Barboza couldn't find Prajanchai's body, so I bet Prajanchai to win over Barboza, and I'll bet Alif to beat Prajanchai when the time comes too, because I know fighters can get better and overcome obstacles as time goes on. But anyways, Zhang has clearly always worked on his volume and can outstrike Barboza easily, especially since kickboxing is his realm, it's his world. Zhang has very good guard too. So, the pace may not be the highest in the first 30 seconds, but when Zhang gets into pace, he's going to outland Barboza probably. He outlands and outstrikes most of the men he fights. Barboza often has a slow round 1, regardless of if he's winning the round or losing it. He's finding his rhythm and learning how close he can step in without being punished. He may play the counter game with Zhang, and Zhang can do the same back to him. But all I know is Zhang in kickboxing gloves, all I know is kickboxing gloves hurt less, and Zhang has a good guard, like I said. So high volume, and he has high volume too. So he's known as a fighting rooster for a reason. I think the height difference of 1-2 inches between them won't be too much to deal with. And if Zhang isn't dropped, I think he can out-volume Barboza. And Barboza may end up being a sharper fighter here, though, since he isn't chasing anybody down constantly, since both men are similar heights. But the output of Zhang and the ability to throw down for 3 rounds at such a high pace should beat Barboza, I think. This is Zhang's realm, after all. Like I said, it's kickboxing. This is his home. He chased down and hunted Alif for 3 rounds in kickboxing. And he did. He hunted down Alif for 3 rounds and beat Alif in kickboxing. And that just shows if he can outstrike Alif when Alif can outstrike Ellis Barboza, it just shows who should really win in the kickboxing realm. Kickboxing is Zhang's home. And he went toe-to-toe with Jonathan DeBella. He got dropped by a head kick, but got back up and showed his toughness against him. I've never seen Zhang get broken to the body, but he's also got a good liver hook, and he goes to like those strikes often. I think he's good. I think Zhang's gonna win here. I will bet. I don't think Zhang will KO Barbosa, but I think the Rooster does what he does best in his home sport. I think he outstrikes Ellis, and Zhang is more precise in kickboxing gloves. He has the higher output. If he doesn't fall, he's gonna win. For bout 7, we have a Muay Thai bout between Yod Pupa and Shui Kojima. Our prediction here is 50-50, but I'm leaning towards Shui. I am going to tell you guys skip here, though, because, this is a fight that I have limited research on both men, too, and I can't give an official prediction because there's limited research. So this is not an official prediction. I will be... You know what? Depending on who the dog is, if Yod Pupa is the dog, I might actually lean Yod Pupa just because I'll get into it now. Yod Pupa, his record is a minimum of at least 15-4. He's only 16 or 17 years old, but I believe he has got good skills that come with his lean frame. Plus, he has sharp eyesight that allow for him to evade most incoming singular attacks like leg kicks, head kicks, or simple 1-2s. But against fighters who are good at walking you down, he gets caught because they throw multiple strikes at once. If you play the points game against him or stay too composed, he has a very high chance of beating you since, well, he clinched knees very well and his elbows over the top are good. He also has a good whipping head kick and a great teep kick he utilizes to keep opponents at bay. He stabs in with the teep also and targets the liver very well, so he doesn't just throw random teeps. He's also very good at finding and picking his shots, like selecting singular attacks like a simple body kick after exiting his opponent's punching range. He has a good 1-2, but I like the way he changes rhythm though, to keep his opponent guessing. He will utilize his 1-2 to make the opponents know it's there, and then change it up to just a cross, or he'll add a kick on the end of the 1-2 for extra points. Like, he's smart in that aspect, and for a young kid, I don't know how well he will hold up if his chin gets touched in smaller gloves. He has heart for a kid and even has spinning moves, but I don't know if he's too green or if his chin is going to break on him. Shui Kojima. I don't have much footage on him, so I can't give you all an official prediction here. But I know he's not on the level of Uriah Ishii. He may have the better boxing in his matchup, but catching Yod Pupa may not be as easy for him as he thinks it will be, especially with the range that he keeps and the way he kicks. He racks up points quickly, and if you give him the right range, his kicks can severely hurt your guard or whip through, so Shui needs to be careful. He's going up against a style that I hate the most. He's fighting a man who knows how to keep a points lead with the kicking and clinching game. So if Shui is to win, he will need to find the bigger moments in this fight, which I don't know if he will actually be able to do, because he gets his KO wins usually from his boxing or his elbows, and most of his KO wins are against men who lost to him previously. So he went decision with them, then KO'd them the second time, in like round 3 or 5. So he would know their style and shit already. And he KOs these men in round 3 or round 5, and he doesn't possess early finishing power. And from what I've seen, he just doesn't possess. He really doesn't. He lost to previously mentioned Ryamu Matsumoto too, but by decision. So don't take him lightly. He's not losing to bad competition, but he's not beating the best either. He can be out clinched from what I've seen from him, but he himself also has good head kicks and body teep kicks, plus a quick leg kick that he throws. He can win this fight for sure, because he could just outpoint Yod Pupa in the distance, but Yod Pupa could easily just stop him from striking and negate his striking game, by just tying him up in clinch and just throwing fucking knees, man. What the hell was I? Yod Pupa is more vigilant than opponent Shui is able to land kicks on at the end of the day. Shui might be able to land a couple small point kicks here and there, but Yod Pupa might be able to catch a big moment on him. Like I said, he can see kicks incoming and he avoids them very cautiously. He could avoid a kick, and that could lead to Shui just being overextended a bit, and getting countered with a cross, or a fucking a spinning elbow, which is what that's what Yod Pupa does. He waits for people to miss their kicks and encounters them very well. And in smaller gloves, I've never seen either man in smaller gloves, so either man can get rocked here or dropped here very, very easily at the end of the day. It's a much higher chance of getting knocked down flash because of the small gloves. yeah, if he can keep keeping and switch up his plans of attack, he will win. Like Shui should win, but sorry, no, your people will win. But Shui is not a bad fighter. Like he's a technical fighter at core. He's also used to himself keeping a lead in his fights. He's a bit young as well, but he has the ability to be a lot better. And when he throws his right hand, it often lands in smaller gloves. It might just be all he needs really. Like, but yeah, both men can drop each other in these small gloves. The Jap is the better striker on the feet with his boxing and kicking combinations. And he has good body type too, but the Thai is better in clinch and has better elbows, I'd say. He also has the better spinning elbows. Well, he's the only one with spinning elbows, sorry. And both men are new to small gloves, like I said. So I'd recommend staying away from this fight because there's more value in the card and the fight could have a random outcome. The Thai is more likely to find a knockdown, like I said, out of the two men. But the Jap is the more technical striker on the feet. So for that reason, and the fact that the kid may still be a bit green, I am leaning towards Japan here a little bit. But ONE FC does not like Japanese fighters who don't really land KOs, and this Jap don't really land KOs. So the kid, like Yod Pupa might actually just win here because he's young too. He can improve drastically. And he trains at Team Mediza 2 at the end of the day. And he's not a bad Thai. Like he had spinning shit before he even trained at Team Mediza 2. So they're just gonna refine it. I'd skip this fight. This is a fight that you all should skip. But if you want to bet, it's 50-50. If you lose this bet by choosing either man, because I'm just here to give information at the end of the day. If you lose this bet by picking either man, don't cry over it, man. Like this is not like a real gambler that wants to make their money would not bet here. I'm gambling for fun because I got an excess, and I can afford a little bit of fucking risk. But if you want to win, don't bet here, man. Like it's just 50-50, man. Like you don't know who the fuck's gonna win. You're just taking a 50-50 risk. Bout 8, Alexia Fontaine versus Elena Ignateva. My prediction here is Elena Ignateva, but listen to this. Do not fucking bet Elena Ignateva. Bet the value on the other girl because Elena Ignateva, with the skill she has for being 1.3, she's not worth it. Let's get into the reasons now. Alexia Fontaine, she's 4-1, 5'4", but she has a good body knees and is a clinch abuser, utilizing her taller, larger build to land sharp knees and dirty box. By the way, the record is all amateur. She's got Muay Thai on her side, but her boxing isn't the greatest or the fastest. But she's fighting Elena Ignateva, who's not that good, and most certainly not worth betting at 1.3 odds. The value is on Alexia here, but despite her clinch wrestling capabilities, I think she gets out wrestled here by Ignateva. If Ignateva can take her down, that is. If Ignateva can't take her down, then Alexia, if Ignateva can't take down Alexia, then Ignateva's lost this fight. Without the cage walls to help her, Alexia is vulnerable to getting dragged down to the floor at the end of the day. Like, Alexia normally keeps her back up against the cage when she's in there, She is bigger and prettier, though, So, if it's a close fight, they'll swing it in her favor over the Russian girl. Let's get into Elena. Elena Ignateva, 6-1 amateur, 1-0 pro, but she should be 2-0. She has an ineligible bout, but I watched it and she won via north-south choke and put the opponent out to the point they were twitching corpse on the floor. She subbed her pretty bad. Elena is not the better striker, I don't think at all. Like, I think she's the better wrestler, and I hope her wrestling is good enough to take down Alexia over the course of 3 rounds. But I've seen her takedown game. She drags opponents to the floor, and in doing so, she could end up underneath Elena very easily. Like, cool, she went for a single leg takedown one time, but like, her takedowns really aren't that good, and she could get hurt while going for them. As the rounds pass on, she's like, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, her wrestling might get worse. She might start getting taken. Like, she might start being the one that ends up underneath Alexia because Alexia is bigger than her. You know what I mean? I don't even think she knows I don't think Elena knows what a jab is. She always attempts to take down her opponents or out clinch them against the wall. I don't know if she will be the better in the clinch position against the wall, against the ropes at the end of the day. But she's smaller, so her posture should be more. It should be more based to the ground at the end of the day. Um, yeah, I don't know if she'll be better in the clinch because the other girl's very good at kneeing and clinching, like abusing the clinch. Yeah, like most of her fights she wins via clinch and her kickboxing, sorry, her Muay Thai. But she is the more dominant. Like I think that Elena is the more dominant grappler. She will slowly rotate from position to position to lock up submissions. Neither girl has fought good competition, so be careful betting on either of them here. If you bet on Elena, you bet on a submission. A submission is possible. If you bet on Alexia, a distance win or a KO is possible, but I'm going to lean towards the Russian winning this bout. This does not mean I'm betting on the Russian. Like I said, the odds are too low. If the odds are that like as low as they are now, yeah, I'm gonna keep betting on Alexia. But yeah, I'm gonna have a bet on Alexia because the odds are just ridiculous right now, and like this is one level MMA. Like these aren't high level fucking fighters. I may even bet. I'm gonna bet her as a 3 times. I'm gonna bet like Alexia's a 3 times. I'm gonna bet her in parlay with a couple other people, but yeah, I don't expect it to win. I'd advise not betting here like I advise on a lot of fights here. Because it's just a shitty women's fight at the end of the day. But Alexia can definitely win this fight. The odds are ridiculous, and Alexia is the better striker, and Elena's the better wrestler. That's literally all you need to know. If Elena can't take down Alexia, she's lost. Bout 9, we have a bout between Payak and Doc My Fight. My prediction here is Payak. This is a rematch alert, and my risk assessment is that this is mid. Anyways, rematch alert. Payak lost the first time he fought with Doc My Fight, but it was when he was he was younger at the time, and he is still young now. But let me tell you what happened. His leg was injured in the bout. He didn't throw enough or set the pace that I would have wished him to have. But he was young and has improved since then. I think that this is a revenge spot for Payak to win. Smaller gloves, smaller ring, get close and outbox him to win. Don't let him set his kicking rhythm up. And if he doesn't let him do that, he's gonna win. Anyways, let's get into Payak. Payak, brother of Chop Payak. He has the same tensed up powerful hands like his brother, along with his stiff uppercut and cross. He's good at catching kicks and countering. I'd say his main weapons are his cross and his uppercut, and he's conditioned pretty well, I'm not gonna lie, for a young kid. When he made his debut, I couldn't figure out if he was the brother of Chop Payak or not. But as soon as I found out he was, I bet on him. And I apologize for skipping that match. I actually betted on that fight, even though I told everyone to skip that bout because I didn't know who he was at the time. But when I found out, I bet a lot on him, and he won. But anyways, he fought because I made I couldn't tell anyone like last second because I made the video before I found out. Anyways, he beat Dead in round 1 as a 1.63 favorite. I think his skills trump Doc My Fight, who doesn't pull back his kicks quick enough. Payak will catch onto his kicks eventually, counter with stiff, powerful strikes and trip him to the floor when he's on one leg, so he will look better as the fight goes on. But Doc My Fight is this the issue with him is he kicks to the legs and he kicks to the body often. So it's very hard to guess where he's gonna kick, whether it's whether it's the legs or the body. That's what kind of got Payak caught a little bit. Like Payak's very good at clinching and catching onto kicks and then fucking tripping you to the floor. But if it's leg kicks, you can't really do that. I don't know if this fight will go the distance or not, but I don't think Doc My Fight is that good nor durable. I think Payak he could possibly be a secure win. But it's 50-50 if this fight goes the distance or not. Anyways, let's get into Doc My Fight. He's a decent fighter with a good body cross and all right kicks. He showed me some weaknesses when I watched him fight Duan 9-9. I don't even think Duan is on the level of Payak. Doc My Fight hurt Duan, but Duan won due to the higher pressure, and he rocked Doc My Fight in an RWS Muay Thai 3-round bout. Doc My Fight has a good body cross and some good kicks, but he had his back up against the ropes for too long, and he chose to be the back foot fighter, and that lost the fight with Duan, who almost killed him in round 2. In smaller gloves, I believe Duan could have dropped or knocked out Doc My Fight at the end of the day. He can be sharp and can have his moments, and Payak, even though Payak's a bit green, I think he's the more dangerous fighter. So this feels like a layup for him. The opponent has the potential to make it closely contested matchup for Payak, but His body cross, his cross, and his jab won't be enough to save him, I wouldn't think. It's his leg kicks that he's going to need to utilize early on Payak, and he's going to need to hurt Payak's leg again. But I think Payak's more durable than he was before. And in the smaller gloves, I just think that Payak has the ability to land a bigger power shot. Like, Payak's actually quite powerful for his age, and he has quite he has a quite good right hand too. If that right hand lands clean with these smaller gloves, I think that even if he's getting outpointed a bit, it may not matter. He might actually get a knockdown or a knockout. So I am going to be taking Payak here to win. About 10, we have a women's fight between Shaylay and Joanna La. My prediction here is Joanna La, and it's a risk, of course. Let's get into the reasons why now. Shaylay Wedderburn. I can't find her pro record. I apologize, but apparently she's 2-2. But I know she's not 2-2. She definitely has more fights than that. But I do know she made her Road to One debut 3 years ago and lost by KO in the first round. She also lost a fight to a girl who we've seen compete inside of One named Taylor McClatchy, who won her debut inside of One via robbery. Taylor outworked Shay when them two fought, is the truth, and I'm not talking about just that I said by robbery. Anyways, Taylor outworked Shay is the truth, and that's as simple as it gets, really. Shay isn't that good, but at the end of the day, Shay thought that she won that fight when, in my opinion, I don't think she did. I don't even think Taylor is even that good at the end of the day as well either, and like Taylor outworks Shay. So I don't think Shay has the best accuracy either, and I know Shay's primarily a boxer at the end of the day, but if you are tougher than her, you can outmuscle her in the boxing realm. Like I said, she just has power, but not much more. She did KO an opponent in 27 seconds, so I'd be scared of her ability to drop alcohol, but I'm picking against her because I don't think the girl she beat for the Canadian belt was very good. I think Shay may try to use her reach and her aggressive boxing early, but she's going to get outclassed and she's going to get pressured against the ropes, yeah? And, she's going to get outclassed by the veteran who's smaller and tougher and will headhunt Shay. Like, Shay doesn't even have good footwork to get out of the way of her blows, so I think Shay could even get KO'd here at the end of the day. Like, after all, Shay has been KO'd in the first round by a girl who's on a bad run, so Joanna La, who has a 12-2 record, could win. The only thing is Joanna La is 33 years old. Like, if Joanna La was prime, I would take her all fucking day, but she's 33. And in woman years, that's not good. But when you are an Asian chick, which she is, whilst being a fighter, you probably don't age as bad. She's got a good chin in her, and she gets on the inside to throw powerful boxing combinations. Both girls are making their debut, and for some reason, I've seen the bet on old people a lot, yeah, but this girl's not too old. If you saw the footage in comparison with these two girls, you would tell yourself as well, yep, I'm taking Joanna. Like, you just can't, like, if you watch the footage between them two, you just can't take Shay over Joanne. I know the age difference is a 10-year gap, but I still think Joanne will be in shape for this matchup. Like, her kicks may not be as good as they used to be, but women are more flexible than men, so I may be wrong. She's also got the better clinch work out of the two girls and applies a lot of aggression in her bouts, and trains with Nongam, who's a very technical sniper fighter and one of One's very well-respected female athletes. I think Joanne has the better aggression of the two girls. I've seen so many robberies inside of One, so they may just rob this fight in favor of the younger Canadian-Jamaican athlete, but yeah. Also, Shay could out-clinch her with knees to the body, even though she's 33, she still won a fight this year. So, just know that. And she really is good. And she has the better overhands and just the better pressure work will come from Joanne. So I'm going to go Joanne. Bout 11, we have a Muay Thai bout between Kusen Salamov, brother of Kasan Salamov, and Duapet. My prediction here is Kusen Salamov. I have this as mid/safe. He is a possible lock. Kusen Salamov, anyways, let's get into him. Brother of Kasan Salamov. He's a dangerous teammate. He's a 2 fighter with a record of 4-1, I believe. But he's a bit young. He has skill and showcased it against Rocky Kangaroo when we took him as an underdog. I think he might be 5-1, actually. Either way, I got both brothers to win in this event. But Kusen is the younger of the two brothers. His aggression isn't as high. His skills aren't as refined. But he has outworked all his opponents. He fought apart from Ubaid Badman Hussein. We bet on Ubaid Badman Hussein to beat Kusen, and we've never been wrong with Ubaid, yeah, so we're probably going to bet on Ubaid until the end at the end of the day. When Kusen fought Ubaid, he fought till the end as well. He didn't give in. He started strong, but over time, Ubaid's skill overcame Kusen. Kusen is young and is still upgrading constantly. And the truth is, I don't think Noah Pet will ever get better than he is, like right now. So Kusen has a much higher ceiling than Noah Pet. Noah Pet doesn't move his head like Ubaid does. Against men who can keep their head on the center line, Kusen can snipe them with a straight teep kick to the face very easily. And his dirty boxing plus his clinch movement should win him this fight. I'd expect him to get a KO here because Noah Pet isn't that good. Actually, no, I don't expect a KO because Kusen's green. We took Ayad Abada as an underdog against him and on a lot of money for a reason. Not saying that he's on Ayad's level, but Noah Pet isn't nowhere near the level of Ayad Abada. Like, the only way he wins is a flash knockdown, and he's not going to KO Kusen. Noah Pet. He's a Muay Thai fighter who's been here for a while and is tough-ish, but never impressed me with his skill nor the competition level that he's KO'd. He's never beaten the best, nor near to it, but he's a strong Muay Thai fighter with strong hands. He's not quick. He's not a zombie in terms of durability either, I wouldn't say, but he can be KO'd by clean strike. So I'd expect Kusen to land. I don't know if he lands it or not. Like, Kusen could land a KO here. He's young and still improving every day. Plus, he went the distance with Ubaid without getting dropped. So if Noah Pet drops him, it'll be just random bullshit, bad luck. Noah Pet's not accurate. He's not sharp. He's not powerful enough to win here, I wouldn't think. And even in clinch, he should lose. So I got Kusen to win. My final prediction here is Kusen Salamov to win. For Bout 12, we have a Muay Thai bout between Payak Rut and Petnam Kong. My prediction here is Payak Rut, and I'll label this as a risk. Payak Rut, he's 32-10 in his career. A Thai fighter who's not that bad, but not that good either. Matter of fact, I once had respect for him for taking fights against men like Kassan Salamov, and I respected him before he fought Abdusami. But then, when he fought Abdusami Ranimi, I was absolutely disgusted with him. He deserved to get kicked in the face twice on the floor. The whole world seems to think that he was the one who got fouled, but the reality is he was abusing a loophole inside of one, and the referee was allowing it. And the loophole I'm talking about is falling to the floor to avoid strikes and burn out the clock, especially when you're up one knockdown. Like, you can't be doing that. The referee didn't warn him once and allowed it to happen, so the bookies could get the upset win over Abdusami Ranimi. So Abdusami was on his way to finishing that fight against Payak Rut. Like, he was on his way to beating Payak Rut, and Payak Rut fell to the floor at least 10 times by his own, like he literally purposely dropped himself to the floor 10 times, to avoid getting struck, by certain moves. So he deserved to get soccer kicked in the head. Payak Rut is not a great Thai fighter, and he will cop out if things get dark in the ring, which is why he took this fight, because even though Petnam Kong is sharp, he's on a 3-loss streak because his output isn't high enough. Don't get it wrong, he rarely has sharp strikes, and a good one too that could easily drop Petnam Kong, like easily if he tries to overassert himself on a Petnam Kong. That could easily drop Payak Rut if he what the fuck? He could easily drop Payak Rut, if Payak Rut overasserts himself on Petnam Kong, but Petnam Kong will be the fighter remaining more composed, and Payak Rut finds it hard to go the distance without getting rocked. Like, Payak Rut dropped Kassan Salamov one time, but was dropped about 2 or 3 more times in return, like, in that fight. I don't have much good to say about him. He landed a slick spinning knockdown that dropped Ranimi, but would have lost that fight to Ranimi at the end of the day. He was hunting him down and got DQ'd. Payak Rut has a lot of losses. He can lose here as he's not an elite Thai. I'm going to go... Anyways, what was it? Petnam Kong. Anyways, look, he's 42-9. He's on a 3-loss streak inside of 1. He actually is not a bad striker, but he always has a slow start in round 1. Usually does not go his way. Like, he stays composed and ends up winning against men who can't keep their pace, or when he finds his strikes, like, he can sometimes do work, but he does have power, and definitely enough power to KO Payak Rut, so I'd be careful betting on Payak Rut here. Payak Rut will probably take round 1 from him. Round 2 is where the fight will get interesting. I believe as, like, Payak Rut may slow down a bit, especially if he thinks he can take advantage in round 1. Round 2, Petnam Kong opens up more and throws good uppercuts that can land hard. He also has good leg kicks and a good body kick, better than Paya Krut's body kicks, in my opinion. But Paya Krut can out-clinch him if he needs to. Paya Krut also has more aggression and is the more likely man to find a knockdown, I'd assume. He actually... I mean, yeah, I would say so. But like at the end of the day, Petnam Kong actually outworked Kayan Pitak but lost the split decision in a very close matchup. But when he fought Patak Nin, who I don't think is actually that good, he lost to him, and he got dropped the way. Like when he got dropped the way he did, I just can't really trust him. Like he can just get outstruck because he doesn't do enough. Sometimes his composure and striking technique is enough to win him this fight. So be careful. I can't force a fight to go my way, and well, you have to take the risk that I said into account at the end of the day. Paya Krut should probably win, but Petnam Kong, or whatever his name is, can actually win. Like his composure and striking technique is enough to make him go like distance, and maybe Paya Krut starts slowing down or whatever, And if Paya Krut shows one moment of weakness, Petnam Kong, sorry, Petnam Kong is gonna hunt him down, and so it's very risky. I am gonna be I do believe Paya Krut is better than than Patak Nin. I don't know if he is, even though this is the thing. I think Patak Nin was better before than he is now, but I still think Paya Krut is better maybe than Patak Nin. So in that case, I am going to have to take I'm gonna have to take Paya Krut to win. I am scared here though, and I won't be betting a lot of money. I don't like rigging spots, and this is a rigging spot and a very iffy spot. For bout 13, we have a bout between Gregor Tom and Don King. This is a Muay Thai bout, by the way, and my prediction here is Gregor Tom. I'm not very confident in him though. It's quite scary. Gregor Tom, he's 13-2 compared to Don King with a record of 79 wins and 18. We bet on Gregor Tom to lose last time out against Pompet, and he did lose against Pompet, but Pompet had to overcome adversity in round 1 to secure a victory over Gregor Tom. Gregor Tom took round 1, I believe, in that fight with Pompet, but when round 2 came along, Pompet kept his composure, and he landed the KO on Gregor Tom that he needed, and I hoped he would get on him. Gregor can box, but he steams out in round 2, and entering round 3, he will not be the best. The durability edge may even go to Don King here, but I don't know. I know the aggression goes to Gregor in the first round, and if he sets a pace, he can keep it going into the second. Don King isn't as powerful as men like Yodlepet or Pompet, and he has lost to Yodlepet, which is why I mentioned Yodlepet, by the way. He's not better than Pompet at the end of the day either, and Yodlepet's not better than Pompet either. Like, both men are not better than Yodlepet, but he did get KO'd pretty heavy in round 1 by Yodlepet, which, it's not good, but he was winning that fight in round 1 up until that point, I guess. He was outstriking Yodlepet, but Yodlepet that's what happens when you're fighting the Destroyer. Like, you can be winning round 1, you can be winning the fight, against Yodlepet the Destroyer, but then the Destroyer just somehow manages to do what he always does and KOs you. I don't get it, somehow, this guy gets knocked out in round 1 by the Destroyer, but then he goes the distance with Rostam Yunusov, who's a Russian killer. And I just don't know where his durability stands. If this fight gets into round 3, he has a chance of winning this fight. But until then, I think Gregor will outbox Don King and overall outbrawl him. But it's a risk, and Gregor is a 2.5 times dog after all. I did think he wasn't at the level of experience that people thought he was at when he fought Pompet. It showed, didn't it? It showed last time out when he fought Pompet. In another world, he could have actually won that fight. If he didn't steam out against Pompet, he could have won that fight. But at the end of the day, Pompet won due to the experience he has. And in this fight, experience goes to Don King. The volume and power go to Gregor, and the boxing capability goes to Gregor. But that's only in round 1 and 2. If Don King's going to be trying to point fight him practically and just trying to hit him with one strike, 1-2, 1-1, 1-2, shit like that. And Gregor's going to try to box through him, and hopefully if he does try to box through him, he doesn't break down in round 2. He has the better boxing volume. I think Gregor Tom should win. He is an underdog. Bout 14, we have a Muay Thai bout between Pamperdej and Apiwat. This is the main event. My prediction is Pamperdej. This is a safe pick. He's the biggest lock on the card for me, and this is a rematch. The first time Pamperdej and Apiwat fought, Pamperdej lost the fight, but he lost it via robbery. You just listen to that, yeah? So yeah, listen, Pampadesh, he's 56-5. We've broken him down many times here on the card. We've never been wrong with him, but outside of one, like I said, he lost the robbery to Appy White in their first bout. He will win this matchup 100% guaranteed. Thailand love gifting Appy White and Old Thai Warriors wins, and they've gifted Appy White a win last fight that he fought against Jacob Thompson. So in this fight, they can't give him another robbery win, and he will not win this fight by a robbery. He will not win this fight at all. Pampadesh will outwork and outclass Appy White all 3 rounds. It should not be close. It will not be close. The odds are perfect. Every single bet you have should include Pampadesh. Yep, the pick is Pampadesh. And trust me, you want to bet Pampadesh.